Hello everyone and welcome back to ImTechnos. In today's video, we are going to explore Amazon Bedrock. We'll start with a quick introduction and then move on to a hands-on demo. Since Amazon Bedrock is related to machine learning, let's first cover some basics so everything makes sense. Let's start at the top. Artificial intelligence or AI simply means teaching computers to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. In other words, it's a broad field of creating systems that act smart by mimicking human thinking and behavior. For example, Google Maps suggesting the fastest route. One of the most common ways to build AI is through something called machine learning. Instead of programming every single rule, we simply give the computer lots of examples and it learns patterns on its own. Think of it like how kids learn. If you show them many pictures of cats and dogs, eventually they figure out which is which. In the same way, if we give a computer thousands of cat and dog photos, it can learn to tell them apart. That's machine learning, and it's actually a subset of AI. A real world example is Netflix. It learns what you like to watch and then recommends shows and movies you'll probably enjoy. Though machine learning is a subset of AI, it's not the only one. There are other important branches too, like NLP, which is natural language processing. This is AI working with human language like reading, writing, and translating. A great example is Gmail Smart Compose, which suggests words while you type an email. Another branch is computer vision, where AI understands images and videos. Self-driving cars use this to detect pedestrians, traffic lights, and road signs, helping them drive safely. Then there is speech AI, which includes text to speech. This is where AI reads text out loud in a natural sounding voice. For example, when Alexa or Siri tells you the weather forecast, that's speech AI. And finally, motion AI, AI that understands and even generates human movement. You have probably seen robots in factories using to grab, move, and assemble parts. That's motion AI at work. Then comes deep learning. It's a subset of ML that uses neural networks with many layers to learn from huge amounts of data. This is what powers things like Face ID on your phone, instantly recognizing your face from millions of tiny parts. Up until now, most AI models were built for one thing: text, images, or speech. But now we have moved to something much bigger called foundation models. These are like giant AI engines trained on massive amounts of data that can handle multiple tasks instead of just one. From these foundation models, we get different types. Take LLMs or large language models. These are the foundation models built for text. They power chatbots, content generators, translators, and even coding assistants like GitHub Copilot. Then we have vision models. These focus on images and videos. They can generate new pictures with tools like Midjourney, create product mockups in seconds, or even make deep fakes. Next are audio models. These handle sound. They are behind text to speech systems like meeting transcription tools and even voice cloning. Yes, they can copy a celebrity's voice. And finally, multimodal models, the most powerful ones. They combine text, images, and audio all together. Imagine uploading a picture, asking a question about it, and getting a voice response back. That's what multimodal AI can do, like the latest chat GPT with vision and voice. So each type of model unlocks a whole set of generative AI applications from text and images to voices and mixed media experiences. And while generative AI is everywhere right now, running these powerful models usually require GPUs, ML expertise, and a lot of setup. What if we could use the latest AI models instantly without worrying about infrastructure? That's exactly what Amazon Bedrock offers. Amazon Bedrock is a managed service by AWS that lets you build and scale generative AI applications without needing to manage infrastructure or train your own models. You don't need GPUs or ML expertise. Just call the models with a simple API request. You get access to multiple foundation models from different providers via an API. You can integrate into apps, chatbots, search, content generation, summarization, and more. Now let's do a simple demo on how to use Amazon Bedrock. In the AWS Management Console, search for Amazon Bedrock and select it. In the left navigation panel, you will find the test section. The test section is basically a sandbox, a playground where you can quickly try out foundation models without writing any code. Under the test section, click on Chat or Text Playground. Keep the mode as chat and then click Select Model. Now let's look at how we actually pick a model inside Amazon Bedrock. On the left, you will see a list of providers. These are the companies that build the foundation models. For example, Amazon has its own Titan models, Anthropic provides Claude, and so on. The cool part is that Bedrock brings them all in one place, so you don't need to set up servers or download anything yourself. However, as you can see, the models are not enabled yet. This happens when you're using Amazon Bedrock for the first time in that region. So you need to request access to the models. So click on Request Access under Models, and you can either enable specific models or enable them all at once. Here, I'll choose Enable All Models. So scroll down and click on Next. On the Review and Submit page, scroll down and click Submit. It takes a while for the models to be ready. However, from starting October 2025, you don't have to do this step manually anymore. Models will be automatically enabled for every account. Now you can see the access has been granted for almost all the models. Go back to the models page and refresh if necessary. Now, once you select a provider, you will see the available models. For example, if you select Amazon, you will notice the Nova and Titan family of models. You can also explore other providers like Anthropic, Meta, or Mistral to see their offerings. For this demo, I'll select Amazon and click on Nova Pro. Finally, on the right, you will see Inference Settings. This is where you control how the model behaves. For example, how long the response should be, or whether it should be more creative or more precise. Think of it like adjusting dials to get the exact style of answer you want. So in 3 steps, pick a provider, choose a model, adjust the settings, and then click Apply. And you're ready to test your prompts right away. For example, you can type a prompt like write a 3-line resume summary for a data scientist and see how the model responds. You can also switch between the models and compare their outputs. This is useful for experimentation to test how different models behave before integrating them into your app. And you can compare to see differences in style, speed, and quality across models. Beginners can learn and understand how prompts affect model outputs. If you're building an app and the results aren't great, you can refine your prompts here. Think of it like a demo zone. Before you start building with APIs or writing code, you can safely explore and play with models right inside the test playground. Summarizing, Amazon Bedrock is a fully managed AWS service that lets you build generative AI applications without managing infrastructure or training models. It gives you easy API access to top foundation models from providers like Amazon, Anthropic, Meta, Mistral, and many more. With Bedrock, you can quickly experiment, test prompts, and integrate AI into your apps, all serverless and scalable. No cleanup is required for this demo. Just remember to stop testing once you're done to avoid unnecessary charges. That's it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and happy learning.